From Westminster City Park in Westminster, Colorado, this is the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships. This is round one of Division II as the Denver Bulldogs reserves take on the Sacramento Suns. G'day everyone, I'm Brian Barish. Great to have your company as we get set for the first of 9 rounds of football here in Colorado with the beautiful Rocky Mountains backdropping the field here in suburban Denver. The Denver Bulldogs are in the blue jumpers with the red and white. It looks like they're going to be going from right to left on your screen. They'll be kicking towards the 104th Avenue side of the ground, while the Sacramento Suns are in the red and the gold, and they are kicking from left to right towards the Sheridan Boulevard side. As we get set to go, the team's in position. The umpire is just doing one last check, making sure all is in readiness. And if you're joining us for the first time, you're not watching soccer, you're not watching rugby, you're watching a sport that is native to Australia. The object of the game is to take that little red ball and kick it between the goalposts on either side of the field. If you kick it between the two big ones in the middle, that's worth 6 points. If you kick it between one of the big ones and one of the little ones, that's worth 1 point. When you have the ball, you can either kick it, you can handball it, or you can run with it, provided that you bounce the ball or touch it to the ground every 12 to 15 steps. The umpire holds the spirit of this great game aloft, waiting for the timers to be ready. Still waiting for the timers to be ready. Still waiting for the timers to be ready. There's the horn. The clock starts, and we have footy here in Colorado. Ben Markham is in the ruck for the Denver Bulldogs as that one gets floated out to the far side, and it's a one-on-one contest. Everybody dives in on the football. We have our first major contest of the game, and then getting that out is Dakota Lebowski. Comes out to the near side, picked off by Tristan Boyer for the Suns. Sends that one deep to the wing position commentary side, and that one is batted out towards the boundary line, and a little shove in the back, no call. And picking that one up and just getting it away was Dan Kerwin. Kerwin plays that one in the middle of the ground, picked up a little handball back, picked up by Michael O'Brien. And they're able to clear out are the Bulldogs, sending that one long. Hutchins able to bat that one back in the play. Ball will stay in bounds and then go out of bounds for a boundary throw. And now when the ball rolls out of bounds like that, or if it were to be punched out of bounds or otherwise hits the ground before it goes out, we have a boundary umpire who heaves the ball back in the play, and we're underway again. Picked up on the left foot there by Jeremy O'Connell, and the ball is marked the other way by Kendall Hutchings, who will represent the national team in Canada in a couple of weeks' time. Plays that one up on the left side. One-on-one contest, a little shovel pass in there by Niku Capriano sends that one up the left side and was tipped off the top, so the ball will be sent back from whence it came, and it's marked by the Suns. I believe that is Violami Topoletti who's taken the mark. Sends in a low, ugly kick, and it skitters across like a cockroach on the bathroom floor before being sent back in the other direction. Ball gets picked up, turned around, pitchfork pass there by Matt Hoffman. One of 2 Hoffmans, Lucas being the other one, and it's marked on the far side of the ground. The Suns played in Division III the last couple of seasons. They were Division III champions all the way back in 2014 in the national championships. That one is sent in, and the ball comes to ground. Still looking for the first score of the game. Big swing and a miss, and that one goes through. Was it touched? Now they're double checking. And they are checking, and it looks like, I think it was touched on the way through. And it is, because, well, there's some consultation with the goal umpire and with umpire Jeff Person. I think it looked like it was touched from here, and in fact it was. So you see one flag raised, that is 1 point. So Sacramento takes the early lead. They lead 1-0. Out to the near side, marked in the middle of the ground by Joe Burpo. That was an ugly kick out to the near side, but it's controlled. And here come the Suns back in the other direction. Sending that one in was Dean Lucas. It's dropped down. It's a big fresh air shot, and that one tumbles through, but it stays in play in the far pocket. Sent back the other direction. 3 players there, kept in by the Suns. Little handball up over the top. Hoffman, that's Lucas Hoffman with a left foot, and that one is touched through on the last line of defense by the veteran Jeff Posey. So 2 rushed behinds for the Suns, and they lead 2-0 about 4 or 5 minutes into the game. We're playing 2 20-minute halves, but we will stop for a hydration break with a high expected to be somewhere in the mid-90s Fahrenheit. And that one again is picked off, and it's done so by, I believe, by Ramesh Barond, and in fact it is. Barond, real firecracker for this Suns side, throws that one on to the right, scrambles the Jets. Who wants it? And nice defensive mark taken by Aaron Sullivan, the New Zealander. So here is Sullivan, comes out to the near side, and nice defensive spoil. It's going to get picked up, sent in, up. Somebody alert the Denver Zoo because I just spotted a shankopotamus on the loose. I think that's going straight out on the full, and in fact it is. We got the Wiggles right there in front, and chasing that one down, I believe, is Steve McAvilly. So here we have a free kick as the ball will come back into play, and it's up, and its ball comes down, and then sending back. Here's a long handball by Kerwin. He's had a couple of touches so far there in the long sleeve, and you have to be a little, you have to be a little bit used to routine. And we have a ball up. This is again Ben Markham, the former Columbus Cat, in the ruck for Denver, and that one is hammered out and scooped on by Josh Dawson, and that one is sent in back the other way. Yes! Ball's taken down, and a good tackle there by the 22 for Denver, unlisted. Sends that one back from whence it came, and then it's up on the far side, and it's a free kick. They'll play on quickly, do the Bulldogs, trailing 2-0. Big tackle from behind by Phil Bernard, and that is gone. So when you have the ball and you're in the grasp, you have to get rid of it or else it's a turnover. Bernard waiting for his players to get inside the 50-meter area, which is hypothetical because I don't think they drew it on the ground. That one is sent in short, and that's a good option. And the mark is taken by another player who we don't have a name for, the number 5 for Denver. Sends that one up on the way. And marked by Boyer. Tristan Boyer with a nice mark over the top. One of their more reliable defenders, especially with the departure of Saleh Tayaji. Come out to the near side for Matt Huffman. Huffman looks around, sends that one down the line, and it's tipped. Just going to get handled in there was Christopher Gould for Mason LaFond, and that one goes into the middle. And the mark taken. It comes out to the near side, and I think it's going to get pushed in the back. In fact, that's what it is. And I think that was Steve Noble who ended up giving that away, the president of the Bulldogs. Kick to Dean Lucas, sends that one in, still 2-0 Sacramento, and was that marked? I think it was. What a mark. That's one of the things about Aussie rules football. You see these guys absolutely lay out so here's a free kick for Christopher Gould. Number 30. Gould sends that one in, and that one looked like it was touched on the way through. So another behind for Sacramento, and they lead 3-0. So kick in. The ball is kicked in from the goal square after a behind, and it's out on the far side. And just getting that one away, got it away to, well, we've got a number of players whose numbers absolutely don't match, so we're kind of guessing here, as that one is up on the far side. Up on the far side. So So we'll have a boundary throw-in. It'll be on the wing position on the far side as we cruise through this first half here. And that one goes through. It's kicked up on the far side, scrambled through, and then here comes, again, that's Noble, sends that one deep along the far side, bounces in front of Typoletti, or that might have been Goodwin, and now Denver with their second chance of the game and their first in some time. One of the Bulldogs went the proverbial A over T right into the shins of McAvilly, and the ball bumbles on that far side. One handball back in, and the Suns pick it up, and here they come again. The breeze, by the way, there's not much of a breeze to speak of, so I don't think it's really affecting anything. What little breeze is heading to the right side of your screen, and the Suns have that advantage. So it is a free kick. That one is sent in, up in front, and that one is knocked away by, that's picked up. Throws that one, centers that one into the middle, but it's picked off. He tried to do the unselfish thing, but Kerwin was there. He was looking for Chris Gould, but it was a little too close to the fullback in Kerwin, and he was able to stop 6 points. Nice mark over the top by Lay. The head coach picks that one up, sends that one in. That one is Typoletti. Sends that one in, and that one goes through for another behind. Fourth minor score of the game, it's 4-0. And that is the end of the period. So I think they're just doing the water break here, but we'll step aside with the score. The Sacramento Suns 4, the Denver Bulldogs Reserves nothing. You're watching the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. And we continue with the first half here after the water break, which there's no water runners of late just simply because of the COVID restrictions. So there's no water, so they'll take it at the midway point of each half. So as we restart, Denver trailing 4-0, heading from right to left in the red, white, and blue. That one is sent up into the half-forward flank where it's picked off. Little shovel pass in there looking for Typoletti, I believe, and he sends that one, tries to send that one across, and it's picked off, and here come the Suns. Right through the hands of LaFawn, but LaFawn studies himself, and he runs into an open goal and slots home the first major score of the game. Sacramento goes to 1-4-10. Denver, no score. Great play and a little bit slack defense there by the Bulldogs, and LaFawn was all by himself, and he had enough room to sell used cars. So the ball come back into the center of the ground, and we'll have a ball up, and we'll start once again. We've mentioned Sacramento. They are coming off their full side. Defeated Seattle last week, their reserves team. They had enough for 2 teams, and their reserve side actually played Seattle to a draw. And Denver, their reserve side, has basically played all their games. Their Division I side, who we'll see a little bit later on, they haven't played yet. Their first game is happening. We'll actually have their first game a little bit later on. But this Bulldog side won all 3 games at the 80-35 tournament up in Des Moines, and then joined up with St. Louis at the Central Regionals where they went 0-3. Ball comes back in up the far side, and it's out of bounds on the full. So again, if the ball goes sailing out of bounds straight without anybody touching it, it'll be a free kick to the other team. Brian Barish here with you, and Adam on camera doing a fantastic job, and he'll be with us all day, and I'll be with you as well as we have the first. We have 3 divisions. We have 2 men's divisions and a women's division. The other 2 teams in this division, the Orange County Giants, who have players from the Wasatch Wargulls out of Utah, and then we've got the Arizona Hawks paired up with players from the Las Vegas Gamblers. That one's going to come all the way back. There was a free kick downfield, it looks like. We were watching the ball here and didn't see the signal, so it'll be a free kick. And they go in short, and it's marked by Nico Caprinano. So Capriano looks around, sends that one on his right foot. Goes up high. Ball goes down the ground. Everybody goes down mushroom farming. Stacks on the middle. Throw a blanket over about 20 players and all those other euphemisms out there. And we'll have a ball up. So when the ball is locked in, the umpire comes in. And he will toss the ball to the heavens once again. Gravity takes effect. Knocked forward by the Suns. Little chip kick. Turns around, throws that one on the foot, but it's gone across the face for another behind. Trying to see who got their boot to it. The big mitts right there. It is 1-5-11 for Sacramento. Denver yet to score. And turning around again, that was Chris Gould. You can't miss Christopher Gould. He's a relatively big unit in that forward line, as that one is tapped down and sent back from whence it came. Picked off by Kerwin. Sends that one again to Markham. And the mark is taken over the top. Chip down to the near side. Juggled and marked by Burpo. Burpo looking around, looking for a lead, loads up, ski jumps that ball a little bit high, ball goes to ground, control down to the near side, soccer to long, fly into the middle, one-on-one contest, picked up, dropped the 40 there, did the 39, and then taken down was, taken down, but it's a nice mark. And it's taken by Baden Goodall. Goodall throws that one on the right as he cycles around, but there's 3 red jumpers there. Nobody can take it cleanly. Oh, wow, what a kick off the ground. The ball was in the air. He kicked that one up on the volley. Over to get it is McAvilly. Great hit. And that ball is paddled forward. And everybody again jumps on it, picked up. That one was smothered and covered like some hash browns. And sent back the other way. We don't want to give a certain company free advertising, but you know who I'm talking about. As the ball will come in, long, it'll be a free kick, and just trying to see who that is. But the Bulldogs have it, wing position on the mountain side. And we're going to do this again as they are just fixing the mark. Sends that one into Steve Noble. Nice mark taken over the top by Andrew Lowen. Tonight, let it be Lowen, and you can finish the rest. Out the far side. Ball goes to ground. Picked up again by Capriano. Capriano, that one is chipped in up over the top. And it bounces free. A collision. The ball stays in play. Soccered off the ground by the Suns. Picked up by the man with the giant beard. Kicks that one up on the left. And oh, that was some friendly fire as the 39 collided with the 22. And again, we don't have the name of either player on the roster. But it is a mark, and the Bulldogs will come back the other way, trailing 11-0. So they're looking for some players as the Bulldogs make a change. Their bench is set up on this side. The Suns are set up on the other side. And if you're used to watching footy back in Australia, you'll know that generally the players are on the same side, but with the Bulldogs having set up on this side, they're letting them have their bench on this side. So the ball is marked and they'll play on quickly. That one is sent in towards the sticks. 2 Suns are there over the top, and then they try and clear it out. A little handball, and now they work back the other direction. Sends that one forward as the ball drops down, and that one is hit. And we have tackling off the football, so you're not allowed to bring anybody down if they don't have the ball. Of course, we mentioned those other 2 teams. We mentioned the Giants and that one is marked, and back the other way they'll come, the mark by Sullivan. We have the Giants and the Hawks playing on the other field. Both of those 2 teams will play these 2 teams later in the day. As the ball goes to ground, and that one is nurdled along. And did it go out? No, it stayed in. They work it back to Boyer. Boyer up over the top. This is Typoletti. Typoletti sends that one up, and it's marked. And it's marked by Sean McEachern. He's about to become a dad up on the far side. Mark taken by Julian David. David usually plays in the rock. They've moved him into more of a key forward position. And this might be at the edge of his reality. By the time he strides forward and kicks, he'll be probably about 40 meters out. That one might have the carry. Was it touched? Yes, it was. So 6th behind of the game. And that is, I think, the third or fourth rush behind that they've had. So it's 1-6-12 as 2 goals now separate the teams. 1-6-12 Sacramento, and no score for Denver. So out to the near side they come, and the ball stays in play. Handballs it back, left-footed kick, and that one goes in and was sprayed out, but I think it may have just found the field of play. So it'll be a boundary throw-in. It will be roughly about 5 meters around from the Sacramento target as the Suns continue to put the pressure on. Knocked down and then cleared out. Just getting his left foot to it was Laffin, I believe. 63, I think, was the number in there. Kept in play. Just got that one onto the right foot, and the ball goes out of grounds. We have 4 teams in the women's division, by the way. The flagship teams are, of course, the hometown Denver Bulldogs, the 6-time defending champion, or rather the 5-time defending champion Denver Bulldogs, San Francisco Iron Maidens. You've got the Seattle Grizzlies, and you've got the Sacramento Suns, or those last 3 are combined with other teams. That one is sent into the middle of the ground, picked up off the deck, spun free, and he's got to get the ball out of there, does Burpo. And he does, and I believe it's going to end up being a mark. It was picked off, and we've got the Denver bench in front of us. I think I do see, however, that it is Ramesh Baharan. So Baharan will center the ball. We have a whistle. Is that going to count? No, I think they're going to redo it. I don't see exactly why. As umpire Jeff Person is screened out a little bit. So here again, and you probably could have gone for goal if they knew that the cross was coming. You see Toby Simmons with the headband in there going after the footy. They call him the Sheik for that very reason. And the siren goes, and that's halftime. Well, it was all one-way traffic in the first 20 minutes. The Sacramento Suns had 7 scoring chances, but could only find the big stick once. At the end of the first half, it's the Sacramento Suns, 1 goal, 6 behinds, 12 points. Denver yet to score. We're going to take a breath and come right back. You're watching the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Back here for the second half of this game between the Sacramento Suns and the Denver Bulldogs reserves here in the men's Division 2 of the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here from Westminster, Colorado. I'm Brian Barish, and we're about to get underway. Now the Bulldogs are heading from left to right, while the Sacramento Suns are heading from right to left. And here come the Bulldogs. There's a big takedown, and it was taken down there was Alvarez, or a check that may have been Facundo Way, the coach, who took him down. Rather, it was Alvarez who was taken down. They come out to the near side, and dropping that one was Joshua Dawson. Probably should have taken that one. And he shovels that one back. Hutchings dropped the footy. Ball cried the crowd. In your boots, said the umpire. Dancing around from one player there is Cameron Fairchild. That one is picked off by the Bulldogs. Not much of a breeze to speak of. As you can hear the bench from the Bulldogs shouting instructions, and then dropping that one was the 46, and then taken down without the football is called, and it'll be a free kick to the Suns. Again, the Suns have had 7 scoring shots, but only 1 goal. Chipped that one up over the top. The target fell down. That was Lucas Houtman. And here come the Bulldogs. Pitchforks that one up over the top. Taken there by Aaron Sullivan. Handball back and forth between Dakota Lebowski, who used to play at Howard University. Sends that one in. Used to play football at Howard University. That one is sent back in the other way. Here come the Suns. Handball's out to the near side, and that one is kicked up. And the ball goes to ground and picked up by the Suns once again. Sends that one in towards the sticks. Lucas Hoffman takes the mark. Now he's at an acute angle. Now it's worth mentioning that the the mark, when the ball is marked, they don't line you up like directly in front. It's at the angle relative to the center of the goal. So that's why Hauptmann is at such a weird angle. And why he will, let's see if he tries for the checky or if he tries to center it. In fact, he did try for goal, but it was tapped through. 7th behind of the game for the Suns. They were 13-0. 1 goal, 7. And I believe that also was a rush behind. So I think we're up to 4 or 5 rush behinds for the Suns. The Bulldogs just haven't really gotten anything going offensively. Sends that one up the left side. As somebody said, I think ball goes to ground. That one is sent up high, and that brings some rain. One-on-one contest. Ball goes to ground, and it's picked up. Long handball back. Shaking away there is Capinato, who's had a whole lot of possessions, and he finds a friendly face. Has our sparring glasses on that one. That is sent in a little bit further afield, but the mark is taken by Lebowski. So Lebowski out to the near side. And there's a 2-2 contest. Ball goes to ground. Spinning away there was Goodwin. Handballs it up into the middle. That one is Lucas who sends that one in. Oh, good diving defensive mark.
Great effort!
Oh, came in. He came in like a house on fire and sent that one to take the mark of the day so far. Ball goes to ground. Oh, he made the trip, and he was. Just like the ZZ Top song, he got legs, but he didn't know how to use them. You'll have to take my word for it. Off the far side now, as the Bulldogs still looking for their first score of the game. So it'll be a boundary throw in directly across from us. Ball comes spinning back in the play. As the ball gets knocked down, ball goes up high in the air. That one is sent forward. Ball skitters across, kills a family of worms on the way through. On this very otherwise almost majestic turf, and we'll talk about that here in a second. We did a little walkthrough. There was not much dew remaining on the field when we walked through at about 8 o'clock, and I imagine with the sun being out, there isn't a whole lot of dew left on the field, so that means that not a whole lot of slippage for most of the field, and more importantly, that ball that doesn't have any sort of grip on it is not going to have the greased watermelon effect that it normally would if the field was wet. Mark taken in the middle of the ground, and a little quick handball played by Matt Hauptmann. Sends that one forward. The Suns leading 13-0. Goes, and that one is shuffled on the ground. Clean ball's Kerwin, and Kerwin managed to keep the ball free, but he turned it over, and snapping that one up again was Mason LaFond. I think they're signaling that went through for a goal, and it did. And Mason LaFond has kicked his second of the game. And that's been all the major scoring for the Suns. They go to 2-7-19. And the Bulldogs no score. And the Denver Bulldogs, who have been knocking on heaven's door, but haven't been able to bust it in yet. Come back in the middle of the ground. Denver Bulldogs have been playing also in Division III the last couple of seasons. Were reckoned, I think, to make the Division III Grand Final at Nationals last year. Of course, they ended up drawing the, was it them who ended up drawing? No, it was Oklahoma. Yeah, it was them that ended up drawing the Oklahoma, then they were known as the Okies, in the last game of Pool A play on Sunday morning. And unfortunately, they missed out on the Grand Final based on percentage. So we mentioned, mentioned the rucks here, and as we have Jared Kay, big number 18 in the headband in the ruck for Sacramento. He knocks it forward, ball goes to ground. Now when ball pops up into the air, and it comes out to the near side. Handballs it out to the near side, is able to find Michael O'Brien. That one got sent back from whence it came, and here comes Lucas. Lucas goes inside 50, and that's going to be pushed in the back as Daniel Kerwin got a little ring around the collar and your whole wash clean and gives away a free kick from dead in front. You would think that a third goal here might just salt the game away. And it's Lucas, is it Lucas? No, it's 38, which is Lucas Hauptmann. Hauptmann it starts left, it stays left, and the Suns are in search of a compass or some sort of directional advice because they have missed the goal now 8 times. They go on to 2-8-20. The lead is 20 points over Denver yet to score. And the Bulldogs have played tough. The last time that they hosted regionals, which was the last regionals here in 2019 when it was the Central Regionals, almost taken over the top, they ended up defeating the Nashville Kangaroos in the grand final to win the Division II title. That one is returned as a great smother, but they keep possession, sent towards goal. It's the umpire scurries to his right and says that's going out on the full, so he misses the line. And it'll be a quick restart out to the near side. Guarded by Burpo. Burpo has plenty of time, kicks that one off the instep. Ball finds the field of play and comes out in front of Adam's camera that knows all and sees all, and we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of us. Gets ready to spin the ball back in the play. Ball gets knocked down, gets picked up, and here they come. That was borderline a throw. The ball ends up being smothered, so karma, some instant karma there. Simmons tries to knock it forward, picked up by I can't think of his last name. That's Ben Markham, big number 50. And that one is about this Lebowski there, number 50, and that one is sent in. Ball goes to ground, picked up. And sending that one in is Bernard. And what a great spoil there coming through was Barman to spoil it. And Sacramento's able to go out the other way. So the Suns doing it almost, it is immaculate. They haven't given up a point yet. They're doing an immaculate job on defense. Taking their time. You have 7 seconds to make a play. Ball goes up on the far side. Knocked down, and the ball gets knocked backwards, picked up, and going the other way is Matthew O'Leary. O'Leary turns that one inside, sent up high in the air, one-on-one contest. Kerwin with a good spoil over the back, no call. And the ball goes to ground. You got to be careful because remember, you can't push in the back. Plenty of room to maneuver. Comes out to the near side. Nice spoil, I believe, by Kay. He's going to throw a shepherd on for Barraman, who picks that one up and sends that one towards the sticks. And that one has gone all the way home. And check that, that was Kendall Hutchings. And this game is in the refrigerator, and it is otherwise cold. I messed that up horribly, but that's okay. But in any event, it looks like this one's going to be Sacramento's game. They go to 3-8-26, and Denver no score. Great play by Rabbit Hutchings, who took the mark of the tournament when we were here the first time in 2017. He took a spec, he took a high aerial mark. And he is one of the most athletic people on this team. Well, Denver's going to get a break to get some fluids. They're going to need a lot of effort in the final 10 minutes or so. The score at three-quarter time, it's the Sacramento Suns, 3-8-26. The Denver Bulldogs no score. You're watching the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Back here for the final 10 minutes or so of this opening Division II match.
Alvin, you're probably doing kickouts.
Here between the Sacramento Suns and the Denver Bulldogs reserves. The Suns hanging on to a 20-0 lead, 26-0 lead. And the Bulldogs, not a whole lot of time to come back in this game. Of course, a loss doesn't mean that you're eliminated. I mean, all these teams are going to play a round robin, and it's the team with the best record at the end wins. If there's a tie, then it comes down to points percentage, which is kind of like point differential, except instead of points for minus the number of points allowed, it's divided by the number of points allowed. Little something different. So if you have a 100 percentage, that means you've given up and allowed the same number of points, or you've scored and allowed the same number of points. Mark is taken, and then that one is kicked up on the far side, and it's taken by Tristan Boyer. Boyer's had a few touches. I think it'd be on Tom Ellis's radar at one point for the national team as the ball has gone out of bounds on that far side, a boundary throw-in. The Bulldogs, I believe, will have the Giants next. Or rather, no, they'll have the Hawks next, while the Giants will play this Suns team. The game being played on the other field, and you'll be able to watch it in its entirety here on the YouTube channel as the ball goes to ground. Picked up, and the ball is as they hug him tightly like a teddy bear, and the ball comes out quickly up over the top. Kept in front, pushing and shoving there, all in pursuit of that little Susie Q, and it's picked up by Kendall Hutchings. Hutchings sends that one forward, up on the far side, and we have Dogpile on the rabbit. I think the Bulldogs appeal, a half-hearted appeal for dragging the ball in. When the ball's on the ground, you can't drag it in close to yourself to try and force a ball up. Ball is back in play once again. Sent in, and it's marked over the top again by Hutchings, who's moved into the back line. Come out to the near side. Oh, it's a terrible kick, and there's going to be two Bulldogs there. Spins away from one defender. Great Shepherd, great move, but the kick didn't come off the foot of the 22, but it bounces, and it's not a kind bounce. It's through for behind, but hey, the Bulldogs are on the board, and they'll take that. They go on to 1 point. They trail by 25 now as the Suns on 3-8-26. Ball gets kicked out on the far side, and it's marked. Ball comes back into play once again, and over the top. Could have been holding the back, or pushing the back, it wasn't. Goes out to the near side where Typoletti is going after Mike Russell. Ball gets tucked into the middle, goes up high in the air. And the ball again is on the carpet, picked up. And a little handball in there. O'Brien, Russell sends that one goalward, bounces through, and it's through, but it's going. Now the umpire spread his arms, and usually that means that the ball is going out on the full, but I don't think that's the case here. Or was it? No, the ball's going to come back in by a throw-in. Ball gets knocked down, popped up high in the air, over the top. And again, everybody goes down, handballs it out. Here come the Suns the other way. Out to the near side. Ball goes up high in the air. Over the top comes Kay. He's going to get the ball right back at him, but then here comes the man in Todd Goodwin. He'll send that one inside in the center square. Ball comes out to the Bulldogs as Noble able to get that one away, and the mark is not taken as he dropped it. And then all alone and sending that one forward, I believe, was Campbell. Sends that one in forward. Here come the Suns, who you would think are a heartbeat or two away from winning this game. Kerwin spread himself out but couldn't get the ball. He's got to be careful. There was an open goal right behind him, but the Bulldogs were able to come back and cover just in case they ended up needing to go forward. That one is sent in towards the sticks. Ball goes to the ground, and then trying to cover that one up there was Matt Hoffman. And appealing for a throw. Instead, the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor, and we'll have a ball up. Sacramento leading 26-1. These teams again playing a 3-game round robin. Each of these teams will have 2 more games left today. Whoever has, as we said, the best record. Of course, there's also whoever has the most umpire votes wins the best and fairest award. And we also have a all-star team. It'll be whoever is the best players. It will be the best 27 players across all of the men's divisions, across all of the regionals. We had the Eastern regionals and the Central regionals in Philly and in Minneapolis last month. Ball goes out of rounds. So this is the only regionals that has had so many men's teams that has necessitated a second division. There was only one division of 4 teams in the Eastern regionals in Philadelphia was fourth. And that was won by the New York Magpies, and the Austin Crows won the men's division in Minneapolis, and that one has gone through for another minor score. 9th behind of the game, they go to 3-9-27. The lead back to 26 points.
Let's push now.
Not much time remaining. This absolutely beautiful ground. You can see that's Boulder, Colorado. In the background, an area that was subject to some wildfires around the holiday season. I know they're still recovering from all of that, and a number of players on the Bulldogs club affected by that as this one gets sent in, and it's a mark right in front. And I think that was Hoffman again. So he's going to line himself up. The angle will be roughly 60 meters out as Hoffman strides in, and he's missed again. Like the Genesis song, I think I missed again. 10th behind. That's a lot. 10, 3, 10, 28. And Coach Fasundo Way, who's out there just named as the head coach of the Suns team, is not going to be terribly happy about some of the misses here. Of course, as we mentioned, about, I would say, roughly half of those has been rushed behind where they've been deflected, and that was a great mark over the back. He's going to go with the torp, and that comes off as a wounded duck. Oh, nice mark by Burpo. Oh, good job to get away from his defender. Balks on the handball, now sends that one up into the crowded pocket. Oh, he tried to get higher than Joe Cocker on that one, but couldn't. And the ball goes out of bounds. Now it's sent back in quickly. Nice mark, it's dropped. Sends that one in, lines up, and goes off the side of his foot. And they are still looking to mine some goal, as that one is their second score of the game. 2 behinds for Denver. 3-10-28. So it's back to 26 points once again. Waning moments of this first round. As we said, Denver, if they win out here, and if they hope that one of these other 2 teams can knock off Sacramento, then they will have a chance to possibly get up 1 percentage. So still lots to play for, irrespective of how this game ends. Of course, if you're Sacramento, you're 2 wins away from lifting your first regional championship since 2016, when we were in Salem, Oregon, up on the far side. That one is sent in towards the sticks. So they want a goal here at least. Oh, great job by Hutchings to punch it through. Oh, that's why he's going to be wearing the red, white, and blue next month in Toronto. And that is the 3rd behind for the Bulldogs. They have 3 points. They trail 3-10-28. Kendall Hutchings, one of 2 Sacramento players that will be playing. They'll be representing the USA Revolution in their game, their 49th Parallel Cup game against the Canada Northwind on August 12th. As that one is sent in back inside 50. Ball bounces forward and going to be rushed through once again. Ball was caught in the field of play by a player on the defense and wrangled through 4 behind. 4th behind of the game. So that's all they've done. It's been really, really good defense. A couple of missed opportunities on the Bulldogs. They're claiming that the ball may have been touched. And now the rule has changed since before, when they changed the rule allowing players to run out of the goal square, because you used to have to stand in the square and kick it. The ball had to touch somebody on the way in. And now it doesn't have to do that anymore. The ball can just roll out. Ball comes spinning back into play. And the ball is cleared up to the near side, dangerously close to the line. There's a siren, and the Sacramento Suns have locked up a convincing but hard-fought 28-4 victory. So the Suns go to 1-0, and they will have the Orange County Giants next, while the Bulldogs will have to contend with the Arizona Hawks. Hope you've enjoyed this first game of the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here from Westminster, Colorado. For more information about the USAFL, you can visit our website, usafl.com. And join us on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at USAFL 1997. For all of us here and for Adam on camera, this is Brian Barr saying so long for now.